Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 MLB Trade Deadline Countdown Show. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Tyler. We have Jim. Fellas, how are we doing today?
It's a lot more fun being buyers than it is sellers. But we're here. 30 minutes till the trade deadline. We already had a big trade earlier today. It was terrible. Just a terrible, terrible trade. We'll talk about it, but plenty of Pirates still on the board that probably need dealt. So
yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous here, fellas. Like there's some
You're starting to get nervous?
Well, maybe I'm shifting from anger to nerves here, but I'm still going to be angry. And Noah, I believe Colin actually tweeted out not long ago, Noah is hearing that IKF might not be dealt. Wow.
Yeah. Why?
What are we doing, man?
the only thing I can think of is that just Ben Cherington, I don't know, maybe he's got the flu or something. It's awful. This is that David Bednar trade. We're going to get into it. And I mean, we had the emergency show, Cody, Ryan, Neal were all on there. They were all very disgusted, but I don't know if I've experienced a low this low as a Pirates fan in my life. And it's not that like this is the worst team that we've ever had, but it's just if that's what you got for David Bednar, this team needs to get a lot better for 2026. And you did not get anywhere close to getting to that goal. And you just traded one of your fan favorites, traded an all-star, the best player Ben Cherington has acquired via a trade in his 6-year tenure here. He just traded for 3 guys who, let's face it, I'm not too high on any of them. One of them just got promoted to AAA, the headliner of this deal. He plays catcher, not very well. He plays first base, which you just invested a lot into acquiring a first baseman. It's just it's the worst imaginable situation I could have thought of for that trade. Brian Sanchez. Brian Sanchez seems interesting enough, but he's in low A ball. The other 2 people, teenage catcher, don't care. Catcher who can basically not even catch and barely make contact with baseballs. Not a huge fan of it. I mean, Flores has maybe a tiny bit of upside to be a role player, but like this isn't it. You see the returns that other teams are getting for their relievers, and this was not it. Ben did his normal thing where he went for quantity over quality, and he got 3 guys who none of them seem to be very impactful. It's just it sucks. It sucks. I'm so disappointed right now. It's garbage. It's a garbage trade by a garbage general manager. And we have to sit here for the next 25 minutes and see what else he does. And it's probably going to be garbage as well.
Jim, not to mention that catcher that's the headliner of this deal is 24 years old, just being promoted to AAA. So it's not even like you got a young guy with a good bit of upside here. And
closer to 25.
Yeah. And there are some things I think to like about him. I don't have to like this deal, though. Like, he would have been a fine second or third piece, maybe. But of the closers that got traded this deadline, this came off the heels of the A's getting the number 3 prospect in baseball for a closer. And yes, Sears was in that deal as well. But they got the number 3 prospect. And all the Pirates could muster up was Rafael Flores, who can't hit a baseball inside the strike zone. Like I said, there's some things to like about him. Like he'll probably be a major leaguer somehow. It's so disappointing. It is so disappointing.
I'm disgusted. I'm just totally disgusted right now.
Yeah.
They're putting more effort today than the Pirates are.
Yeah. You heard everything going up to this deadline. It's like the Pirates were asking for a team's top 5 prospect. They're asking for a team's top 5 prospect to be included in a deal with Bednar. And then you heard today, it's like, hey, there's a bidding war going on for David Bednar. Is this what the bidding war looked like? I'd like to see what the other bids were, because holy crap, it's bad. It's a bad trade. And like I said, going into this deadline, you're thinking, all right, I don't have to trade David Bednar, but if something's on the table that makes us better in 2026, then let's pull the trigger. And this didn't do it. I think DiNardo's internet just crapped out too. But DiNardo's internet crapped out. He drops off the stream. I don't know. Maybe Ben Cherington's internet should have crapped out today, because we would have been better off if he would just not showed up to work today.
This is an incredible stretch of being a terrible general manager. Like 6 years of some of the worst work I've ever seen in my lifetime of any sport. This is pathetic. He should be embarrassed and should never get a job again in the sport.
I think the frustrating thing is like, this is coming off the heels of the Ke'Bryan Hayes trade. And I don't know if you noticed or not, I was not in a great mood last night at all during that live show. And it was just because, it wasn't because, I love Ke'Bryan Hayes and like I was mad that the trade happened. I was upset that it had to come to that situation. Ke'Bryan Hayes was a guy who was supposed to be a part of this team's future. Guy you drafted, guy you developed. But things just turned so terribly for him that you had to deal him. You can't pay somebody $7+ million a year to be a bad baseball player. I mean, let's face it, that's what he's been the last 2 years. He's been a bad baseball player, elite defender, terrible hitter, and it's all turned into him being a pretty bad baseball player. You can get a bad baseball player for league minimum. If you want a one WAR third baseman, you can go out there and you can find one for $750,000. No need to pay $7 million for one. So the fact that we got to that situation where that trade happened yesterday pissed me off. Now we're today where, again, trading David Bednar in certain situations could be looked at as a good baseball move. He's got 1 year left of team control. He's a reliever. Relievers are volatile. But you look at what other relievers were getting. Tyler, you mentioned the Tyler Rogers trade return yesterday. The Pirates didn't even get that. I don't even think they got that.
No.
Tyler Rogers is a rental.
No.
It's a rental. It's 2 months left on his contract. Bednar is 1 year, 2 months. And Ben Cherington, I don't know. This was the best he could do. If this was the best he could do, what happened to the whole, we don't have to trade people if we don't like the package? How do you like this package? I haven't seen a single person alive who likes this package. This is a bad deal, especially when you compare it to what other relievers are getting. So anyways, there's 20 minutes left. Isaiah Counter-Falef is still here. Tommy Pham's still here. Andrew Heaney's still here. Taylor Rogers is still here. Let's see what else he can screw up.
I'm not totally shocked that those guys are still here, with them just being rentals and whatever. I mean, just you're acquiring whatever for them. The fact that I'm here, that IKF is likely not getting traded. What are we doing? What is the point of that? What is the point? I mean, is it that he has no market and he's untradeable? I can't see that scenario. There's someone who wants to take him for something. Are you keeping him because you can't find anyone in your system to play shortstop? You have to keep him for a need? What did you trade Adam Frazier for? What have you acquired shortstop after shortstop after shortstop? 30 of them every freaking year you've been a GM for that can't play a freaking position. What are you doing that you're holding on to IKF right now? Why are you such a terrible general manager? Why does this guy have a job? I don't understand. He's horrible. David Bednar got this return. Again, like last night I talked about, you can argue to trade him. I've been on board to extend David Bednar time and time again because I don't see the value in the return. I think he's more valuable as a Pittsburgh Pirate to be here for 2 more years. He'll probably give you a hometown discount. You know he's going to be a solid closer. I don't believe in last year. We've said that time and time again. The results last year, I don't believe in. There's still good David Bednar in there, and he's coming out and proving that to you this year. The reason I said to extend him is because I don't think you're going to get the return that's going to be warranted to do a trade. And last night I said I might go back on my words because Bednar's proven right now that I think you might be able to get that return that makes you say, you know what? This might have been worth it. It might have been worth the trade David Bednar because look at that. Like, look what he brings back at this value. Now this value is high again. There is just 1 more year left. Trust in this pitching development. Trust in this, this analytics staff. Trust in them to find that pitcher, the next Dennis Santana, to bring this in here and replace David Bednar. Because now you got XYZ package. This helps you in 2026 and further. The trade they just made proved my point of why you extend David Bednar. You have him at this value. You have him at this deadline. Again, last night and talking to Noah as well with some inside scoop. Nothing could be set up better for Ben Cherington to get peak value and a really good return for David Bednar. And he failed miserably once again, like he does every freaking time he calls some other general manager to make some trade. He's terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Everything lined up for you, Ben. Everything. God was giving you a gift. He gave you a gift. He said, Ben, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I put you through misery. I gave you this job during COVID when I shut down the entire world. I'm going to give you a layup right here 5 years later. And Ben said, no.
I'm done, man.
I'm not worthy of this. Tell me what I should fly off for now, Jim. What's the trade?
Bailey Falter to the Kansas City Royals per Jeff Passan. So, don't know the return yet, but Bailey Falter is going to Kansas City. Honestly, a pretty good fit for him. It's a pitcher's ballpark, but I think I'm curious to see this return because I talked about this in the Discord earlier today. I hope if you were to, and we were talking about maybe trading Bailey Falter, but like if you trade Bailey Falter, like the best version of Bailey Falter exists as a Pittsburgh Pirate because PNC Park is just the perfect spot for him. So if you're trading Bailey Falter, I hope you're getting something good for him because I feel like Falter just is in his best spot for value. And you have him for 3 more years. He's cheap. He's a starting pitcher. He's shown you the last 2 years that you can get innings out of him. So, yeah, I'm really curious to see what the return is. Kansas City does not have a very good farm system. It's quite bad, actually. So they're also a terrible, terrible hitting team. So you're probably not getting anything better than Cam Devaney if you're looking to help yourself for 2026. So I'm very curious to see what's coming back here.
Well, and Hunter Barco we trust because there's no lefties in the system now.
Again, like we'll wait and see what the return is. How does this make 2026 better? I fail to see a way that this makes 2026 better. Unless you are getting a bet that is already good in here, which you are not getting, it does not make you better next year. So what the hell are you doing again? Again, we'll wait, I guess. But
I can see a path. I can see a path. I don't trust that he's taking that path. But this offseason, Mitch Keller is gone. That's it. That's done, right? So you're now down Keller. You're now down Falter. Andrew Heaney's going to move on. You're probably failing to trade him, so we'll finish out the year here. But He's
Jared
gone to
Jones
the
will be back.
offseason.
2 prospects coming back, according to Mark Feinstein.
Right.
Okay. I'll listen. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Like I said,
His
the thing
biggest
with
win.
Falter.
He just traded his second biggest win. I'm sorry. Dave Bednar was his biggest win. And now Bailey Falter, number 5 starter for the Pittsburgh Pirates, second biggest win in Ben Cherington's tenure, now also traded.
That is a good point. Bailey Falter. I mean, you could say that Bailey Falter trade is probably Ben's crown jewel of his 6 years. Like David Bednar's been the best player he's acquired via a trade, but that just pound for pound trade, that Falter one is probably his best work. Bailey Falter, 22 starts this year, 28 starts last year. So he's made 50 starts over the last 2 seasons, 3.73 earned run average this year. Again, just like really good at home. So I'm okay with the Falter trade if it makes sense. So like I said, I want to see what's coming back here. Because again, I think Bailey Falter just makes a lot of sense as a Pittsburgh Pirate. I said he's a fly ball pitcher, and PNC Park just fits him perfect. So Kauffman Stadium also fits him perfect.
It's a good spot for him
it's another good fit for him. But again, like he was going to be in your starting rotation next year probably. So it is an area of strength. But yeah, the two best players that Ben Cherington has now brought in via trade are gone.
Kansas City. Oh, weird how those small markets can compete and have those type of payrolls.
Again, like, I guess we'll wait and see what this is. But if it's anything below like a AA or AAA guy, what are we doing? And you mentioned the quantity over quality earlier. Like, did you have to get 2 prospects for Bailey Falter?
Guess who the
Jim's
Reds
laughing.
just got? Miguel Andujar to the Reds just now.
I was waiting on it to be something good.
Dustin May to the Red Sox. That stuff is. I mean, we're 11 minutes away, so like things are pouring in. Okay,
May to the Red Sox.
Alex Stump's got the return. Left-handed pitcher Evan Sisk and first baseman Callan Moss. Evan Sisk and Callan Moss. From what I can tell, I'm looking at Baseball America's top 30 prospect list, and
I don't see them.
Those 2 names are not on the list. Let's dig a little bit deeper here. Oh my God.
Oh, you mean the Callan Moss that was signed to a minor league deal? Where was he drafted? Let me look.
What was the other one? Mosk and who?
Sisk. Evan Sisk.
Do I not see him anywhere on Fangraphs either in the top 35?
All right. So Evan Sisk is in AAA. He was optioned 2 months ago. He has 5 relief appearances. One point, he's a 28-year-old lefty reliever who made his major league debut this season. He currently strikes out a decent amount of people, but yeah, he's a 28-year-old lefty reliever, not on any prospect lists whatsoever.
Clearly,
yeah. And from what I can gather, I don't think Callan Moss was even drafted not long ago, and he is in high A ball. He is hitting 273, slashing 270, 372 with a 418 slugging. So that's
Callan Moss
encouraging.
is an undrafted free agent from last year. You're right. Holy shit. What? This
guy's got to be fired today. You have to walk in there and fire his ass right now.
And yeah, he's 21 years old. High A. 123 weighted runs.
Tyler, this is what censoring yourself looks like. Not what you were saying last night. This is what it looks like right now.
Yeah. So Yeah, that's what it is.
They traded a controllable lefty starting pitcher who is a rock solid number 4, perfect for your ballpark, for 2 guys who will never do anything for you.
What entices you to make that move? Like why? Like, I'm trying to get in the head of his, like, in his mind right now. What makes you say I need to relieve Bailey Falter of his duties for the Pittsburgh Pirates in my future for these guys? How does that make you better for 2026?
So Evan Sisk, lefty reliever, in his 5.1 innings of relief so far, really good extension. So, there's that. High whiff rate, high K rate. But again, I mean, he struck out 11 batters in 5 1/3 innings.
Yeah. Tell us how many he walked.
Slider. How many did he walk? He walked 5. He walked 5. So lots of walks. Oh,
3.77 ERA in AAA as the 28-year-old reliever.
Just traded like a 2-win pitcher from last year for nothing. For no reason. There's literally no reason.
You get this for Adam Frazier.
No, they got better for Adam Frazier.
But I'm saying, like Adam Frazier, you can get this for. Like, no problem. You want that with Adam Frazier, you will get that. Bailey Falter? I'm not saying Bailey Falter's great. It's not like Bailey Falter's Mitch Keller we're talking about. We're not expecting some massive return. But why do you have the need to trade Bailey Falter?
I don't understand this at all. Don't understand.
There's no need to. You just have Bailey Falter on your team. It's not like he's expensive. It's not like you're trying to shed salary and we got to get rid of Bailey Falter in his contract. Holy shit.
All right. Another trade. Trade number 2 of the live stream. Are we ready for this one, guys? Ooh. Taylor Rogers to the Chicago Cubs. So the Taylor Rogers era lasted roughly 24 hours.
Yeah, barely.
But holy shit. I mean, that Bailey Falter trade, just straight trash. I'm sorry. Trash. We were, like I said, Bednar trade, garbage. I asked what other garbage we would see. Apparently that's garbage number 2 right there. Taylor Rogers, I don't even care who they get. Yeah.
That one, whatever.
Well, I care because this is actually the continuation of Ke'Bryan Hayes. I mean, think about that. This is what Ke'Bryan Hayes brings back. He brings back the prospect that he brought back and this guy. This is how you complete it.
This is like an F-. We thought the offseason was bad. This is awful.
Can I share something? Shout out to Ryan for getting this screen grab. This is when we found out too what the return was for Bailey Falter. Oh, all right. But no, I don't understand that Bailey Falter trade at all. You got him for 3 more years. He's a major league starting pitcher, and you just gave him away for what seems to be nothing. For absolutely nothing.
A guy that couldn't even get drafted out of college, and
dude was undrafted
like a year ago. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here?
I have no idea. I mean, I have absolutely no idea. No idea. This is what happens when you allow Ben to keep his job. I thought him and Derek Schoen were held accountable together. Clearly not. And now here we are.
They're straight up shedding salary at this point, though.
That's what it is. I mean, the only reason why you trade Falter for nothing like this is just to. I mean, this is just shedding $3 million next year. Like,
and then they're going to keep. But we'll keep IKF while we're at it. Why not?
But like, you can get something from. He has to be worth more than that. And I'm trying to this is not me trying to overvalue Bailey Falter, but he's a number 5 starter who's cheap. 28-year-old reliever and an undrafted minor leaguer. Again, that's Adam Frazier territory.
I want to puke.
That's just, I didn't know it could get worse than the
I want to
David
make
Bednar
someone
trade.
puke.
I didn't think it was possible to have like a worse trade, but like, and it's Bailey Falter, so like I wouldn't have expected too much in return. But like,
That's why you don't deal them.
yeah, like I mentioned, like Bailey Falter's value to you as a franchise is higher than anything that you were going to get in a trade, and I just don't see the reason for this move at all. At all. Oh man.
Remember that show where I said I really want to say the F word? I really want to say the F word.
I've almost dropped it like 13 times right now.
It's
You're lucky I've been doing this show long enough where I do have a filter. Except for that one time.
Yeah.
I think that was you
I'll
and I.
say this.
Tyler.
You went on a nice rant earlier. Like,
It was a good one.
it's hard for me. Like I don't know. I think right now I'm more disappointed than angry. Like I'm to that point where like when your mom's like, you know, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. You know, when you come home with an F on your report card or something like that.
F that. Like, I'm completely over Ben. I mean, this is.
Oh, I mean, I've been over Ben for a while now.
This is the villain
like
story right here. I mean, if I haven't been hard enough, it's over. It's Jover for Ben Cherington with me. I mean, NS9 going forward is going to be a whole different light. And like I put on, I'm not, that might be more emotional right now. But I do want to say once again, as I tweeted out, for all those people that were always on our asses, for every trade when we came on here and we said, wow, we feel underwhelmed. Tuco, freaking Marcano and freaking Swinsky, and like we're going with Will Crow, and we're like every time we came on for a trade, we're like, this doesn't seem good enough. I feel like the only trade we said, wow, we're intrigued with was Tyone. I think that was the only one. We kept doing it. Everyone kept coming at us. Why I feel freaking vindicated right now. This is Ben Cherington. He just constantly gets bullied and bullied and bullied. What now,
Mark
Jim?
Feinstein reporting that Dennis Santana not going to be traded, but also Andrew Heaney not going to be traded.
Because you had to get rid of Bailey Falter for what you could have got for Heaney.
You could have gotten that for Andrew Heaney, 100%.
And that would have been fine. Like, I would have lived with that.
Right.
I wouldn't have liked it, but it's whatever.
But you gave the guy who's controllable instead for it. So now you're losing both of those pitchers next year.
And cheaper the rest of the year.
And cheaper. Once again, that's number 14 now. I almost dropped.
I'm still waiting for this Taylor Rogers return.
Me too. But I'm just saying.
It is now 5:59. We got 1 minute. Tommy Pham's still here.
So is IKF.
So is IKF. But we've also heard that IKF is likely staying put, which also makes no sense whatsoever.
Because if you're trying to dump salary, you should keep guys that aren't going to be here, but then trade the guys that are.
They legitimately don't know what.
Even when the thing you're told you have to do, like dump salary, you can't even do that right.
You know what I'm curious on? The Yankees just got Camilo Doval from the Giants.
Yeah, they did.
I'd like to know what that return is.
All right, the Taylor Rogers return is in. Noah just tweeted it. Outfielder Ivan Breathower. Not sure if Noah spelled that one right, trying to get it out, but well, no, he did. It's just spelled funny.
This is the Cubs, right?
Yeah, He's not on their top 30 prospect list.
Clearly, because why would he?
All right. He's a 22-year-old outfielder, currently in high A ball. Massive swing and miss stuff. Slugging 312. Jesus. 398 OBP.
How old did you say?
He's 22. He's garbage. I mean, let me rephrase that. Last year's 7th round pick. I'm not going to say the guy's garbage. He's doing his best, but this is just. I mean, he's nothing. I mean, he's not any value in any way. Garbage was mean. Garbage is what they got for Bailey Falter. This is probably fair value for a lefty reliever on a rental making a good amount of money, who you had no intention of keeping. But he's nothing.
Ivan
Ben Cherington is garbage.
Ben
Ivan,
Cherington is garbage.
yes. Understand this is Ben. We're taking out this on Ben. So we do apologize to you as a person. This is our frustrations on Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's garbage.
I welcome Ivan Breathauer into the organization.
He needs to buy a foul.
I will root for Ivan Breathauer. All right, it's 6:02. Tommy Pham's still here.
Well, we'll see what filters in, because why not? While we're waiting on that, just something that came through today with the Jesus Sanchez deal, traded for absolutely nothing, under control. Wouldn't you think if you want to compete, that's a guy you might just go after for fun?
No.
Like a decent hitter? No,
absolutely
that's cool.
not.
No, because he got given up for you got traded for nothing, but cool.
He did. I looked because I'm in our Strat League. I'm the Marlins, so I looked to see who I was getting. I was like, oh, I don't even care about this guy. Yeah. But you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Because we got the Yankees number 9 prospect, who's about 25 in AA. And again, I apologize to you. This is a Ben thing.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I mean, like Rafael Flores.
We probably just followed him on Instagram too, and
I'm cool. I'm cool with having Rafael Flores in this organization. It's just that
yes,
I'm not very happy that he's the headliner for David Bednar.
Correct.
And even if Flores were to work out and become a solid everyday catcher or first baseman, the trade still sucks, because you still could have got more. You saw what got dealt elsewhere. You still could have got more. Even if somehow this guy turns into a really good major leaguer, that doesn't change the fact that you went light on the return. As we wait for everything to trickle in,
but
and get more angry.
But yeah, I mean, as of right now, I mean, they got worse. 2026 Pirates got worse today.
This is like the start of a new rebuild.
When I talked about last night,
they didn't get anything to rebuild.
The Ke'Bryan Hayes trade wasn't terrible. Like, it's not bad. I actually like it for what it is. It's the next part of it, right? Like, this opens up their ability to get better. They follow that up with all this trash. No. Now I hate the Ke'Bryan Hayes trade because, like, you're tearing down this team right now. Ke'Bryan Hayes is gone. Bednar's gone. Now Bailey Falter's gone. Though you're keeping your Reynolds here. Like, they have so many things to fix and replace.
Well, I think the main issue I have with keeping the rentals is, like, if you do want to get better in 2026, you've got to start playing some of these guys who are in AAA. Like, you need to play Cam Devaney down the stretch here and see if you actually have anything with him. You need to play Billy Cook. You need to play Nick York. You need to play these guys for the next 2 months so that you know going into the offseason, like, what you actually need. Because as of right now, those 3 guys I just mentioned, Cook, York, Devaney, you really have no idea what you have in them. I mean, let's face it, you probably don't have much, but this is now the time to figure out if there's anything there. And you're now blocking them with people on expiring deals who aren't going to be back next year on a team that's 15 games under 500. What's the point? Why are we doing this? Like, I would have been cool with just giving those guys away. like just free up the roster space. Just, the season's over. The only thing I can think of, and this is where, you kind of get into conspiracy theory mode here, is that Don Kelly's 34 and 35 as a manager. Is Ben Cherington thinking, hey, I I might be able to save my job here if we can somehow squeak out a 500 or better record under Don Kelly and say, hey, you know what? Look, Bob, the problem wasn't me. The problem wasn't my players. The problem was Derek Shelton. As soon as we got Derek Shelton out of the mix,
I'm seething
my guys
right now,
started
Jim.
winning.
You're reading the same things I am.
I am.
winning.
You
That's-
want to save your job? Make a goddamn good trade. Like you want
No,
to save your job? Get better.
You want to save your job? You go.
You
want
want
to
save your job? Stop
Don
doing
Kelly.
this stupid shit. Like, are you serious? You're saving your job by keeping IKF and not by trading David Bednar for a good package? Are you
Believe me,
crazy?
I don't get mad at me. I'm telling you what I think is happening right now. I think Ben Cherington is saying, you know what? If I can
This
win
is the
enough
most
games,
backwards logic ever, and that's why it's Ben Cherington's logic. He is an idiot. This is stupid. This is dumb. And Bob, you're a goddamn idiot too because you're keeping him. You have kept him here. He is your general manager. Still. He is totally incompetent of his job. This is atrocious. And you have to keep continuing. You need to go on. And if you want to fire him, he's completely ruined what he's partly created, except for Paul Skeens. What GM wants to come in? Because the thing is, if a GM wants to come in, he's going to need to rebuild this team. So Bob has to sign off and saying, Paul Skeens gets traded. And he's not going to do that. So therefore, he's saying to the new GM that you have to continue this. You can't rebuild, and no GM's going to take that job. That's why Ben's still here, and we're going to go through nothingness for whomever until Skeens is having 1 year left on his contract and does get traded.
1 year
Just
left.
incompetence from the top down. Bob, you're an idiot.
You want to hear something even better? Noah Hiles reporting that Bailey Falter, a team source, saying that Bailey Falter was a non-tender candidate.
This team is so ridiculously stupid. And that should be enough right there that Ben Cherington has to be fired today. Like, he shouldn't make it to 6:15. It's over. Get the hell out of here, dude.
And that's, again, like, and you're going to tell me, like, and Jim, I get it. But, like, you're going to tell me the conspiracy, I got to keep these guys so I can make myself look good as Derek Shelton's fault?
Oh, boy.
No. Bob, look at these trades. Fire this nincompoop.
Oh, boy.
Do you want to does somebody want to repeat what the Pirates got for David Bednar?
You're going to the Duvall trade, aren't you?
No, even better.
Brian Sanchez, Rafael Flores, and Edgeline Perez.
That's it right there. Well, the Twins just traded setup man Griffin Jacks for Taj Bradley,
who was just optioned from Tampa, and that dude, that's a Pirate. Taj, well, I mean, he come from Tampa, but like Taj Bradley's that's a Pirate.
He's fine.
That guy's talented.
Well, he's obviously a lot better than anything the Pirates got.
Better return.
That is not what I'm saying.
The Pirates just got for Bednar. That's what
absolutely.
That is.
But
could you have traded Dennis Santana for Taj Bradley?
Probably.
I would have loved that deal.
No, who needs pitching, man? Like
Taj Bradley's got nasty stuff.
What if you just, I mean, Taj Bradley
also on my
the ERA is kind of high.
So yes, I personally do like him.
It's still really
the ERA is kind of high, but like he's super young and the stuff's nasty. Like I don't know. I like that deal from Minnesota.
Like at the very least, he's going to be a really good reliever if it doesn't work.
All right. But it's 6:10, and it sounds like Tommy Pham is here. IKF is here. Andrew Heaney is still here.
So last year you made trades at the deadline to get better for this year by acquiring Billy Cook and Nick York. And now you're keeping the Reynolds to block them still from coming up. Although I don't truly believe them either, because it's not like they're just exploding in AAA, but they're still there. And that's the moves you made last year to get better for this year. And now this year's here. And you have another trade deadline, and you're keeping Reynolds here from preventing those players to play. Great job, Ben. Really, really identifying talent.
I don't want to watch this team anymore. I'm so done with them right now.
I don't want to say I feel bad for things, but like, just what? You know what?
Loser. You're all a bunch of losers.
Just such a losing freaking culture around here.
We're
Like,
getting
how can
close.
how can he be any player and see what just happened to like again, like if you hear what Ben says and you want to buy in as a player and think like, we got to do a better job, right? We got to do a better job. But I don't want to see David Bednar go, but I get it. And if it's going to make next year better, then like, so be it. How do you see what Ben just did as a player now and be like, oh yeah, wait, can't wait to frickin' next year. Same shit all over again. Get me the hell out of here.
And Mark Fine Sam's putting out Tommy Pham was not traded today despite absolute assurances from John Morosi that he would 100% be dealt.
Why?
Because I think that was a shot at Morosi there, but still not traded today. Because they need him the rest of the year, I guess. So
What a terrible trade deadline this was. John Rosie just tweeted this was one of the best MLB trade deadlines ever.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Maybe for
29
20, yeah,
teams.
maybe for 29 other teams. Yeah, man, I don't get it. I don't know how you can be this incompetent.
That's
This
just
was
where I'm at.
Incompetence at its highest level.
I just hate this might come off of like, oh, I'm raging over a sports team. I'm crashing out because it's sports. This guy is just so incompetent at his job. Like, it just kills me to see someone just being so bad at their job. I don't care what it is. You could be a CEO of whatever company. You're just so bad at your job. Like, you should just be scrutinized to every level. This man is just terrible. What are we doing? Once again, what are we doing? How do you look at this team now heading into the offseason and say, I can make this team a winner now? Where? If Flores does become something good, like, again, I don't hate him as a prospect in general. I don't like the return and him being, like you said, I mentioned the headline for Bednar, right? But again, going back to like what you said yesterday, Jim, that's why I brought up the Max Clark scenario. You can't go acquiring guys in AA. Like, he just made it to AAA. He's struggling. He's going to probably have his struggles. He just got promoted, right? But like, you can't expect him to start from day one next year in the majors. Also, Rule 5 eligible, so be on the 40-man. Thanks to Ethan. You can't expect him here, but day one and make this team better next year, even if he does start. And it's most likely he's a mid-year call-up. And even if he is, you can't expect him to be off rip as a good player. He's going to make that jump and have his rookie struggle still, most likely. How does this make next year better? And I say that too because I don't look at that player as prospect capital like I was talking last night. He is a future guy. You don't make that trade because you're trying to flip all of these players, which most of them are nothing burgers. And then again, like Tyler pointed out, which is true, he plays catcher and first base. Those are the positions that we're looking to upgrade. We need outfielders. You've identified that by having all these catchers and first base. You just made the trade last year with Luis Ortiz. Like, what are we doing again?
And you know what's really sweet? Like, they used David Bednar to acquire a catcher after they've drafted a catcher 1-1 overall and traded an all-star starting pitcher for a catcher, basically, with Andy Rodriguez. And they still don't have a damn catcher.
Yeah, they used that trade. They acquired Andy.
Yeah.
And
The
he was
one
in the
piece they
Bednar
got out of
trade,
that deal.
and they're trading Bednar for another catcher. While they drafted a catcher, while they made a trade for one that was DFA'd, who had a really good year last year, they also didn't trade at this deadline, who had possible trade implications. So now they have a plethora of catchers coming in next year. They have Joey Bart, Andy Rodriguez, Henry Davis, and they just got this one. And they just traded for freaking Spencer Horwitz, who has all the years of control. That's why they couldn't get a impact bat, because he had years of control, guys. He's going to be here for a while. And we just picked up one from just made to AAA. Where is the vision? That's why you had to trade David Bednar now.
The Pirates might have got better today, though, because this might mean Ben Cherington gets fired. This was so bad that he might finally get fired. So how does 2026 improve if that guy's so far out of here? I don't even want him allowed in the state of Pennsylvania. I don't want him in Ohio. Send him to Canada.
I'm telling you guys.
They have free health care.
I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys, you should be worried that the 2025 Pirates didn't get worse and that they're going to win enough games these next 2 months for Ben to keep his job. That is the worrisome thing here.
And I mean, is that why he hung on to these rentals? In hopes
What
that
other
Tigers
he
got
his
Charlie
job?
Morton. Let's
What
see that
other
return
reason
be
would
better.
there be?
Like just trying to hang on to his job? I don't know. This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
I don't understand how you hang on to all three of those guys. The only rental you traded was Ferguson.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, Jim, the big thing here is you're blocking all these guys in AAA with guys who will not be here next year. And how these guys probably don't want to be here right now. I wouldn't. If I'm Andrew Heaney, if I'm Tommy Pham, if I'm IKF, I do not want to be in Pittsburgh right now. Get me the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want a rental next year, I'm not going there. They might hang on to me whenever they suck again.
That's true. Tommy Pham played his ass off these last 2 months
to get out of here.
To try to get out of here.
Right.
And he's got to
remember how we jokingly said, but also could be some credibility to it. Donnie Ball is telling these guys, if you want to get out of here, play better. And they did. And Ben said, no. And let's be honest, I'm sure Andrew Heaney would rather be on a playoff team somewhere with playoff hopes and aspirations, better clubhouse and culture. I'm sure Tommy Pham, as crazy as he might be, as unique as he might be, would rather continue the streak of getting traded to go to contender and maybe play in the playoffs. I'm sure IKF would love the same thing as well. And Ben refused. So Ben last year DFA's the guy before he gets his bonus. Literally the game before. 4 plate appearances short of getting a bonus. DFA's him. They bench IKF from getting his bonus. And then the next year, he holds his guys he signs hostage. So once again, if you want to talk about players coming to Pittsburgh, doing a great job there too, Ben. We're really proud of you.
Please tell me that IKF has some sort of bonus for plate appearances this year, and they're going to DFA him right at the end of the year. You know what's so frustrating too is like you see how angry the three of us are. You see Twitter, you see everything, and how angry this fan base is right now. People still care about your stupid organization, and you just continue to spit in our face. What a complete joke of an organization. Loser. You're all a bunch of losers. Burn it down. Burn the entire place down.
That's a good clip right there. Well, Baseball America ranks all of the prospects who have been traded. Sammy Stafora ranks as the 6th best prospect traded in this trade deadline. He was in the Hayes trade yesterday. Rafael Flores, the 14th best. Go ahead.
The best guy you got from was the Ke'Bryan Hayes trade?
Yeah.
The best you got
the
was
best.
the Ke'Bryan Hayes trade?
That was the best they got. Yep.
Please continue. I'm done.
Sammy Sephora, 6th best prospect dealt at the deadline. Rafael Flores, 14th best. I'm still scrolling, by the way. I'm still scrolling. Edgeline Perez, 22nd best. Jeter Martinez, 29th best. He was in the Ferguson trade.
Yeah.
Brian Sanchez, 38th best prospect acquired. Yeah, so that's it. Falter acquired for an undrafted free agent in high A ball, and a AAA 28-year-old lefty reliever who can't throw strikes. But he was a non-tender candidate, apparently, according to a team source. This is out of 51 prospects. OG, he asked. 51 prospects traded. Yeah, so that's it. No difference makers. No one who you can look at and say, yeah, this guy's going to help out this team for sure next year. No impact bats. All the national people seem to have absolutely loved this trade deadline. This is one of the worst that I've ever seen and experienced as a Pirates fan. It's a very, very low right now. I don't even have the energy. I don't even have the energy to be mad like DiNardo. DiNardo, I'm glad that you went off and yelled, because I would have loved to do that. I just can't with this guy anymore. I don't know why he was allowed to operate this trade deadline, because this is one of the worst flops I've ever seen. Like, bring back David Littlefield if we're just gonna get this. Like, this is
At
just
least he tried.
There's just no one here to even be excited about, like, at all. Your most exciting prospect you got back is in A ball, his second go of it, by the way. Rafael Flores might be a role player. Not on next year's team probably, but the year after that might be. But he can't play catcher. If he is, he's a bad one. If he plays first base, you already got one. You just traded for one of those guys. I don't understand what they were doing here. Like, it's almost like they had it's like they either didn't have a plan or they had a plan and they just failed so miserably that they just started scrambling and just saying yes to random shit. Like, where was the bidding war for David Bednar? How was that the best they could do? And how was that good enough to trade him? Because we were also told that if the package wasn't good enough, they would keep him. How was that good enough?
This is the worst general manager of any sport I've ever seen in my life.
Michael Jordan ran the Bobcats.
Kwame Brown being drafted first overall was better than anything Ben Cherington's ever done. Ben Cherington is so bad at this. How did this guy win a World Series?
It's a good question. Well, he had more money.
God.
With Tomlin's people.
True.
With Cowers people, sorry.
I don't know, man.
It's just an incredibly disappointing deadline. Like, just awful, all around awful.
And like I don't see the way out.
No, they have too many things they need to get better at.
I don't know how this gets fixed.
It's a rebuild in the rebuild. It is absolutely that. This isn't 2026. We're going to get better. This is 2026. We're going to get better than we were in 2025 because they set the bar so low this year that it's what I was talking about last week. I think, and it's not, maybe it's this week, whatever. When I said how it's like getting better doesn't mean being better in 2025. It means being a playoff team. I don't see a playoff team.
The other thing they had the opportunity to do this deadline, because it did seem like some teams were trying to either shed some salary. Like there were some, if Stephen Kwan was being dangled, like did we kick the tires on that? Jesus Sanchez got traded to the Astros for basically nothing. Like, did we kick the tires on that? Did we kick the tires on anything that actually would have helped us next year? Because
nope.
Like I said, they didn't get anything, and it seemed like those players were available.
It doesn't seem they were. They got dealt
for next to nothing. Like
they
could have
available.
Better.
Tommy Pham, apparently.
I need a beer.
Where are we going, Tyler? I'm flying up.
For real, man.
Yeah, man. Just, I mean, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. It's infuriating. It's a lot of things.
It's not disappointing. This is just, it's trash.
It's bad. It's bad.
Disappointing is 2021. Right? Hey, you know what? You made a mistake. I'm disappointed in you. When you continue to make that mistake, no, then you get angry and pissed off. And then you fire someone, or you punish them, or you ground them, or you expel them. You do all the things that to negatively impact them. We're past disappointing. I was disappointed in 2021, in 2022, in 2023. That's when you get disappointed. We've made the same mistake over and over and over again. Speaking of 2021,
If you were doing a town hall in Pittsburgh, Ben, today, and a fan raised his hands and said, Mr. Cherington, when is the earliest time we possibly could be competitive for a playoff berth? What year? What answer would you give him?
I would say we're going to work our tails off to make that as soon as it possibly can be. And if we do that, then, you know, my hope and expectation is that it'll be sooner than something.
2021, he said that. It is July 31st, 2025. He just traded David Bednar for some team's 9th best prospect that doesn't have a great prospect system. He traded Ke'Bryan Hayes to dump salary. He traded Bailey Falter for a guy who signed a minor league contract last year. He's non-drafted. Yeah, Bailey Falter, sure. Your best player that you did lock up is the worst player in baseball almost. And you're trying to trade the one success story you have in Mitch Keller, your best success story that you also locked up in this offseason because you can't build a team. And that's your one out. Trading the guy. Oh, I can't wait. You fooled me. You fooled me, Ben. Much sooner than I expected. I was thinking about 31.
I'm running out of words to describe this, man.
I got so many more. So many more.
I'm more in the Jimbo where, like, I don't even know.
I'm
furious.
I'm happy that you are riled up because like at this point I don't have the energy. I've been beaten down. I've been beaten down by how terrible this guy has been. And I sent it earlier today, but like, if you would have asked me like worst case scenario for a David Bednar trade, I don't think I could have came up with as something as bad as what happened. Like, I couldn't have come up with something that bad. It was worse than I could have possibly imagined.
And even if you could, you were trying to go worst case scenario. As the GM, you should be trying to go best case scenario. I want the ultimate return. He's coming out talking about, we demand top 5 prospect in your system. Demand. And then you start seeing things unfold that say, oh, you're going to get that. Chances are you're going to get better than that because the market is determining David Bednar's price is increasing. And you have closers that are gambling in the sport of baseball or throwing pitches to help gambling, and they're getting relieved of their duties potentially, and they're off the board. Things couldn't have gone better for Ben Cherington. As I started the show, God gave you a gift. And this is what you made the most of with it. Everything was on your side. The circumstances were so advantageous to you as a general manager in this trade market. You had all the pieces that people wanted and were paying for. And this is the best you could do. When everything was on your side to save your job, this was what you showed out with.
The Bednar trade was awful. The one, though, that still is just like mind baffling is this Bailey Falter trade.
Correct. They all are.
I just don't even understand why you are doing something like this. I don't understand it. He made 22 starts for you this year. He's thrown 113 pretty damn good innings, 3.73 earned run average, and you just gave him away. You gave him away. Nathan brings up a good point here. Like, is Cam Devaney the best guy that they brought in this trade deadline?
Like, I was looking at that earlier, yeah.
Did Adam Frazier give them their best possible chance for impacting the 2026 team? I actually, like, he probably did. Like, out of all the guys we just acquired, the person who is most likely to impact the 2026 Pittsburgh Pirates is Cam Devaney.
His only competition is Flores. Only competition.
And Flores was just promoted to AAA.
Right.
And he plays a position that, like, where's he going to go?
Right. So again, like, the only scenario I see that he's not is if he's just terrible and Flores comes up in August and has a very solid 4 weeks and outwars him. That's it.
I'm getting angry again, guys, and I'm trying to find the least expensive thing around me I can throw.
Thank you, Adam Frazier, for giving Ben Cherington his 2 best acquisitions, Jack Sawinski and Devaney.
And Cam Devaney. Yep.
Thank you, Adam Frazier.
No, that's a good point. I didn't even really think about that. But like, none of these guys acquired yesterday or today, I think, have the potential to impact the 2026 Pirates as much as Cam Devaney does. And that's saying something, because I don't think Cam Devaney can impact the 2026 Pirates all too much.
Actually, I take it back. He will have the biggest impact. It's either be a negative impact or a positive impact, but it will be the biggest. You just said impact. You didn't stress positive impact. That's why I said Flores could have the best. Flores will probably have the best positive impact, but Devaney he will have the biggest impact. Just undefined which way it'll go.
What an incredible 1 year stretch for Ben Cherington here, going back to last trade deadline. This is the worst stretch I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. Go back to Brian De La Cruz all the way to now, the offseason, this trade deadline. How is he surviving this?
Time and time again, we talked about windows. Are the Reds going anywhere also? Are the Cubs going anywhere also? Are the Brewers going anywhere also? Okay. 2026, Ben. Sure. I see the light. I know I've been like ignoring comments. Chris Parnell goes, Flores will be the DH in 2026. Book it. If Kutch doesn't come back, and you know I'm all on board on Kutch coming back. And if Kutch comes back, where? Also, if he doesn't, I sure as hell don't blame him.
I sure wouldn't.
He came here 3 years ago because he saw the talent. He saw the vision. 3 years later, this team's worse off. He came over and they won 70 games. They're going to try to win 60 this year. After they just sold off.
We got anything else?
I'm done, man.
I think that's it. It was pathetic. Just a terrible trade deadline. Garbage trade of Bednar. The Ke'Bryan Hayes trade. I mean, I think it needed to happen, but it's just a point in this franchise where like it's just a failure. Everything's been a failure. Ben Cherington's been a failure. Having to trade Ke'Bryan Hayes is a failure. Like you failed. And the fact that Ke'Bryan Hayes got your best return and you couldn't capitalize on what seemed to be a pretty hot relief market.
Seemed pretty. That's taking that light. But right.
Yeah.
Everyone watching, we love you. If this is the last time you ever watch us, we understand.
Yeah, I mean
Thank
it's
you,
gonna be it's rough. This is like the lowest of lows. I mean, we've been doing this. I've been with North Shore 9 since 2020. This is the low point today, right now. 6:39 p.m. Thursday, July 31st, 2025.
COVID literally took baseball away from us. This is the worst one. This is the worst point.
We've flown like so hard through rock bottom like multiple times during this entire thing. I think we hit it.
Well, he just got rid of
not
his
if
two
Ben's
best.
still here.
He just got rid of his two best acquisitions. The two best people he got in a trade in his 6 years here. He just traded both of them today.
NS11,
How many times
anyone?
do we have to trade for the Yankees number 15 prospect to realize that they suck? Like it's not good enough for what you're trading to the Yankees. And again, like I'm not saying these guys suck, but like the return is not acceptable for what you just gave up.
No Isles just tweeted out. So between IKF, Heaney, and Pham, they're owed $4.7 million for the rest of the year. Again, you're talking salary dumps. Why are you keeping them? It just doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. You're paying $4.7 million going nowhere to hold those three players hostage. Nothing makes sense. Let's go, guys. We've ruined these people's lives. Not just nights, but their lives long enough.
Thanks for being sickos with us, guys.
Yeah, appreciate everybody who tuned in. I mean, you guys are awesome. Like I said, if you're watching live, you guys rock. If you're tuning in after the fact, just to find out how awful this deadline was, appreciate you all. hope you come back. We'll have post-game shows all weekend. Hopefully those make us feel a little bit better. We're playing the Rockies. Hey, playing the Rockies. Maybe we have some good things to talk about. But yeah, this is about as low as it gets. So I wish we had more fun things to talk about right now, but it's rough right now.
Send me pictures of the beer everyone's drinking tonight.
Yeah.
Same. Or whatever else you might be doing.
Yeah.
But no, you guys are awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah. We love you all. This is a rough night. Pirates suck. Ben Cherington's a terrible person and a GM. But we try to make it fun. We try to enjoy ourselves. It'll be a better day for us going forward. We'll be back to our normal selves. So when you do come back and watch us, let's all have a good time. Let's have our therapy sessions after the games if we continue to watch. And if for some reason this is your first time watching us, if you don't already, subscribe, join, hit that bell when we go live, do all that good stuff. If this isn't your first time, you're nuts, you're crazy. But if you haven't yet, also hit the like and subscribe. Jim wants to say
real
something.
quick. Yeah, real quick. New members, ID, Gigamosher, and then Anabolic Bob Barker. Appreciate the super chat. You guys,
I probably missed all of those. Yeah. So we out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. Like we said, we love you all. To Ben Cherington.
Loser. You're all a bunch of losers.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.